Hi, we're back with part two. I was showing you guys a little drill that you can do a cutoff because I was showing you back there from the baseline, way back, probably about where I'm standing here. I do a little practice drills and I would try to hit the middle cone from back there, put myself in a position as if I was to run and get it and then hit down the middle of the court, because when you're playing doubles, that's one of your better shots. A lot of times people will rotate over to try to go over the alley, which is the net's higher over there, so when you're doing doubles you want to stay with your partner in that area as close as you can. So a lot of times people will switch over, their partner will be over here and you have the middle of the court open and you just hit the ball, like you can just dink it right over and you win the point. So I play people, like I was saying earlier in the beginning of my other video, they're elderly, so when you're playing them, this is the kind of shit you get. You know, drop shots, hack. So you're back there at the baseline, you gotta run and get these damn things, and that's what I've been doing. And then I was telling people, one of the better ways to beat people that are aggressive at the net, it's just hit a lob. And I hit really high and top spin lobs, and especially out here in the weather. I can always do that. As a kid, I was always good at hitting lobs like that, especially on my backhand side, because I can disguise it. And then at the last second, I'll flip it, flip my wrist and make it go over. But the other day, I had a partner, she wasn't able to move very well, and she was serving, so I stayed back and let these guys come into the net, and they were bigger guys and better players and younger and all that shit. We won on her serve. She held serve because in key moments when it was like 30-15, we had 30-15, they'd come in and I'd hit a lob diagonally where both of them don't know which way, like who's gonna go get it. And then at one point they just gave up because they know they're not gonna get the ball. And then they're not used to playing people that hit with a lot of top spin. So this ball has a lot of top spin. So not only is it a lob, when it hits, it's gonna bounce really high. And they're gonna be able to, all they can do is do that or try to do it like that, or if they can get back enough to try to hit it overhead. But it's very difficult. And in the key moments, that's when you use these types of shots. The same with drop shots and things like that. I can sit here, some of these players that I'm playing against, they're serve the ball like that. I can literally just go like this and hit drop shot on the return every time. But who's gonna have fun with that, So even though every level that I play against, they're lower than me or whatever, I want to get in a rally with them. I want to have fun. They're out here to have fun too. I don't need to have a super ego and have to hit winners and think how cool I am, whatever. But I rally with the folks, and then it makes the game, it makes the whole day better, because they get the little exercise. And they're showing what they're capable of doing, and especially not being able to move that well, because I totally understand. That's why I'm out here. But I was showing you these drills you can do. We'll just pretend this is the line. I'll run across it, but you want to run. Touch the net. That's what you do. And do that, even though you can't, like say you're 60 and you can't do that, what I just did, you can, or older, you can do this. You can do this. Cross like that, or just do it like this. Slow. And you'll develop. You develop. And you'll get better at it. Even in doubles, you want to be able to move flyweight. And then your backhand, one-hander or two-hander, you slide, and then you push your back foot like that. So then everything is ready to go. On your backhand, if you hit one-hander, or if you hit a two-hander. But I see club players, here's the ball, ball's coming, they go like this, and then they go like that. And you got no power. It's an arm shot. That's some shit you would do if somebody hit a big serve and you just going out to try to put it back in play. You slide, bring your racket to clear your waistline. And you can just do a little exercise like I'm showing you. Twist, even like this, open stance. And if you want to get your backhand good, two-hander, you hold the continental grip like the fellas are saying. You hold that like you're going to hit a forehand, like with a semi-western or eastern grip on this one, like you're going to hit a forehand. The ball comes, you slide, and then everything's waist. You want your weight, want it to be right by your waist with the racket head up higher, and then when you hit through the ball, it'll automatically put topspin on it. And depending where your foot is, when you're pushing it, see this will be a pull, and then push with your left hand, pull like a rubber band, push. You don't even have to run around, folks. If you're disabled or whatever, you can just take your racket and practice doing this. Hold your grip, and then if you really want to get into how to use your hips, you would just hold your racket like this and swing with your hips, just like that. Keep your racket out, keep your elbow away from your body, and swing like that. And then when you slide in and hit through it, you see how your feet, everything comes from the ground up, folks. And then same with your backhand. Slide, hit through it, and mess around. I mean, the other day I was out here kidding, messing around. My buddy's left-handed, and he's got a big serve on the, on the ad side. And I was playing the ad side, so I was kidding, joking around with him. I was standing there ready to return serve, and at the last second, when he served to me, I switched left-handed and just hit a ball across court. And then him and I were joking and laughing while we're hitting. We're rallying back and forth. He's left-handed, and I'm like doing the same thing. And then, then I hit a one-handed slice, and then he hit it. And then my partner and his partner just standing there watching us laughing. There's people watching us laughing because we're just rallying back and forth. Then I hit a two-hander. It's all fun, folks. It's all fun. It's a way to get out of the house. It's a way to meet new people, and it's a way to get exercise. And that's the most important thing. You need exercise. I don't care what kind of stuff you're on. I don't care if you're drinking alcohol or on drugs or whatever. Nothing replaces pure adrenaline from playing sports. And that's why I think a lot of these folks that retire sports people end up becoming alcoholics or addicted to drugs, because they're trying to replace that natural feeling you get from playing sports. And it don't matter what level, it don't matter if you never played sports in your life. You can even come out and just get a tennis ball and bounce it on the ground like that. See, you're holding your grip that you would use. I use an Eastern or semi-Western. It's a little bit more of an Eastern, but it's right on the semi-Western Eastern thing. Practice bouncing it. Then you change your to continental grip, which I was showing you, and you practice spinning the ball, and that's how you're serving the ball too. So you get an idea of how to serve the ball, and then practice catching the ball. Get touch. Tennis is touch, and it's not all just power. And and accuracy. The difference between a professional player like these folks on here, like Crew and all them fellas, and Nikolai from Intuitive Tennis, the difference between somebody like them that are a high level is they are consistent. They know how to control this tennis ball. They have total control over the ball. Through whatever system they learn how to play, there's many different styles that teaches and stuff, but all of them have one thing in common. They can control this tennis ball. They can put this tennis ball anywhere they want to, and any kind of shot, left-handed, right-handed. I mean, for crying out loud, my man Nikolai was hitting tennis balls off a telephone pole. You know how crazy accurate you have to be. And he was hitting tennis balls off a basketball sign or the backboard. He was just nailing it, And that's 35 years of a guy playing tennis and teaching. That's what he gets out of that. And he's a really good teacher too. So I love a lot of these fellows on here. Man, they're doing great. Many, many years ago, before the internet was around, you had to literally go to people or get books you know, books. I don't know if you folks know what those are, but it's paper and there's like words on it, and you had to get these things. They're called books, and you had to read them to learn how to do different, play different styles of tennis. You know, Rod Laver had made a book, Stan Smith, all these people, Arthur Ashe, Billie Jean King, all the famous tennis players. And then the way I learned is there was a thing called a VCR, and that's a big machine. You put a VHS tape in it, and it plays movies and stuff. But also you could record tennis matches, and I would record the tennis matches, and I'd watch how Agassi hits, how Connors hit, all of them. And I tried to duplicate what Andre Agassi was doing with his backhand back in the day. That was the only way. And then if you was to get a coach, $100 an hour or whatever, $50 an hour, whatever it was, and then that's how you learn. But now with the internet, with guys out there that have all this experience, they can go on the internet, show you videos on how to improve your game, and then you have to come out here and actually do it. So let's do a couple more of these little mini things, and you can play mini tennis. That little, take the court right there and play an actual game like that. So how's it going? Beautiful day out here this evening or today. Mini tennis, you gotta keep the ball in, and then it's gotta stay in the square. Spin on that, ball comes back, put it right in there, missed it. See? Ball, the wind took the ball. Comes like that. When you're playing with other people, you can play it where you can't let it bounce, or you can play it, you know, bounce it like that, and then back and forth, especially when it's possible. And then the ball comes, little slice. And as we were playing more and getting better at it, and actually being able to, you know, move around better, then you could just play points out. Try to get that one in the middle. That's going from one side to the other, huh? Consistency. Those are flat serves. Not mad at it. It's still going in. I'll try one over there in that corner. That's a good serve. That's something you do in double, you know, and even in single. Just get your style down, just relax. Serve sticks to you when it's hot. Oh, right off the frame. That's not good. Practicing hitting a flat serve with this racket. It's a little bigger than my other one. This one's 100 square inches and much lighter. It's like 8 ounces. Oh, I'm sorry, 9.3 ounces. And my other racket was 13 ounces and like 365 grams. This is much lighter. I like it. I'm gonna try another one over there out wide. Oops. Even if you're missing the cones, you see what I'm saying, how you're hitting in between them, and that'll be a tough serve return. And then if you got a second serve, as I say, with that top spin serve, or even a consistent slice, you can swing at it. That was my bad. I kind of hit it. It was weird. The racket, and also I'm hitting a smaller grip too. This is a 4 3/8, and I was using a 4 1/2. Let's try a second serve. Now, I hit that pretty decently, but if you want to do a second serve and kind of put them in, just place the ball. We're going to try to place it out wide in between those two cones with spin on it. I'm going to try to slice a spin one, a top spin one. Just missed it. Not really that wide, but as I say, even if you're missing the cones, you're still getting the ball in play. Boy, did the wind take that one. There you go. So, the more you practice, the better you get at it. And when you really start getting to the point where you're out here and you can hit these cones every time, you're going to be a handful to play against. Those are flat ones. And like I say, it all starts from like when I first started back. It started with mini tennis. Come over here, practice hitting the ball. It's almost like a backhand sometimes when I try try to put a lot of spin on it. One's got right down the middle of the tee. Right down the middle of the tee. Then we'll try out wide, you see me? Same grip. A little wide, a little fast. You see this, it's got a little defense, a little pop on it, you know? And then you can, hitting the ball in the middle court, running. Maybe do a little drop shot. Maybe try that one. Maybe try a two-hander down the line. Maybe try a forehand cross court. Maybe it's the guy ran you out like that and you gotta go down the line. With doubles. Go down the line. The more you practice, the better off you're gonna be. And it's good exercise and it's mental. Okay, folks. Okay. the bounce of the ball, the practicing the serve, the moving around. Thank God for ibuprofen. Thank goodness. So you can see the serves going in. Different spins on them. This is like I've only been playing with this racket for about 2 weeks now, and I've actually only played, once, twice, three. I've played 3 matches with this racket. Actually, 1, 2, 3. I'd say about 5 sets total with this racket compared to my other ones that I showed you in my other videos, the old Wilson profiles. And that's where I used to bring the racket back and hit through it, you know. And now I can bring back the racket back and I can hit through a topspin. And see on my backhand, that. Your back foot for that. Always remember, left for your backhand. If you're right-handed, even if you're left-handed, you're still gonna put your foot to hit a forehand. So it's the same principle. And just think of it as a baseball bat. This arm's straight a little bit, just like in baseball times, and this one's bent a little bit, and the racket's higher than the ball. I mean, it's like that. I used to bring it back like this with the profile. I would just bring it straight back like that, where it's totally, and then when I make contact. But this one is a little better. You get a little more power. It's a little easier too. And you can do this at your house. It's practice. Swinging. Just look at it as exercise. Bring your racket. This thing's light too, man. I like this. This is a good racket. 30 bucks. I mean, is it high end? No, but you know, for what I'm doing, it's perfect for me. And as I get better, you know, right now these strings aren't too bad. I don't even know what kind of strings they are. They look like some kind of synthetic, multi floor mat or whatever. But it's got grip to it, you know. And once I get the racket strung with, you know, newer strings, it's gonna play better, you know. So I could literally go on the internet and get a couple of these rackets for around 35 bucks, $25–30, and play just as good with this racket as other people are playing with $200 rackets. So how you know how much, like as you say, people are like, oh, tennis is an expensive sport. No, not really, not anymore. Not when I was growing up, it was. You know, private tennis clubs and all that shit. It was crazy back then. A lot of these people at these tennis clubs would have been on the on the cancel list because of how they treated other people. But I was gonna say, yeah, I started a program back in the 90s when I was working at the Oceans Racket Club. I would get all the tennis rackets around, you know, that people didn't want to play with anymore, and I donated them to City Island for underprivileged children so they can have rackets to play tennis with. So that was back then. But now you can literally go to pawn shop. I keep saying pawn shops, thrift stores and stuff like that, and find tennis rackets for $5 and $6, brand new ones. I've seen a Pro Staff in there. You know, probably the newer version of the Pro Staff, and they wanted $7 for that racket. And I got it, and then I gave it to my friend. His kid didn't have a racket. We were playing tennis one night, so I gave it to him. You know, and that's, you know, on the internet it's a $100 racket, but I don't care what that is. I only paid $7 for it, and the little kid now has a tennis racket to play tennis with his dad. So and that's important, you know. So I appreciate everybody watching, and if you have any other ideas on how to do some minor workouts and little exercise routines, share it with us. And then, you know, if it's really good, I'll pin it, and then other people can do that and get back into shape. And you know, and we want to build a community of people that want to help each other. Like for instance, if I had the money like that, I would use this place here, and I'd have a community, build a community of, because I noticed that there's no adult clinic, tennis clinics for adults, for older people in their 70s, 60s, and that type of stuff. I don't see any clinics for these folks, so I would do that, and I would build a community of people that are able to help each other besides just playing tennis. If they needed somebody to go grocery shopping or help them with that, we would be able to do that. If they needed help with electric bill, we'd be able to do that, or water bill. Everybody coming together to help each other, and then that brings a community together, and it's love and caring about people and having respect for people, you know. And then children that don't have nothing to do, they can come learn how to play tennis and teach and all that stuff. So I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon, and happy holidays. I really appreciate everything. Thanks for all your support. It means a lot to me. Thank you.